Okay, so we are decursed, luckily.
Zach, if you get us cursed again.
We never have to go back there again.
Yes.
We go down here.
Which is why, if you get us cursed again, I will be very upset. You want to go down that way and make a right.
Right? Okay, that's what I couldn't remember.
Although there's somebody up there you can talk to, I think. Go, turn around.
Fine, I'll kill this rat. Bane of my existence. Well, would you look at that?
Aye, Shemai, and good day to you. I'm Donald of Xena. I'm just... don't trinket.
Oh yeah, this dude sells some armor and stuff. We have no souls, because they are all, in with the whatchamacallit.
I think he disappears at some point, but I'm not sure.
You should look that up.
Should I?
Well, why not?
Or should I just leave you to make an NPC disappear?
I mean, he's not a quest NPC.
This is true.
No, I figure if we brought it up, we might as well provide viewer with the most accurate information.
Alright, now... Oh, back that way.
It's this way. Sorry, guys. It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Also, let us apologize briefly for not streaming for the past 2 weeks. There were some real-life concerns that took precedence, but we're back.
Yep, back and better than ever. Which was a joke with no setup.
I was gonna say, like, I get that it's a butter joke, but, like, we're not, like, playing I Am Bread, or... which button skips? That button skips. Where are the souls? Fuck, where are all the souls?
Now the question is, who has to drink when you pick these up?
Well, you.
Do I? Or were they yours?
If I'm fighting this goddamn dragon, you can have a drink. Now, if I remember, the sweet spot for fighting this dude that I always found was, like, right between his legs.
You can get his tail, though.
You can, but he can also hit you with his tail.
Yeah, but if you get his tail, he won't do that.
Yeah, but he'll hit me with a lot in the meantime.
Wow, we have a jet engine in the corner here.
It is rather loud.
I'm always surprised.
This is also one of those bosses that I find kind of easier to fight without the lock-on.
Yeah, he's definitely large.
The general rule I have always found is U-sized enemies, lock-on, giant enemies, better without.
What was I looking up?
What if that merchant disappears?
What's his name?
I don't know. I bet if you just look up the depths, you'll be able to find him. Ah, shit. Oh, that was the first hit of this fight. We're doing okay.
Oh yes, link to our rules in the bottom.
Oh yeah, decided to add that if you want to play along, or call us out on things we miss, I guess.
Yeah, feel free to call Zach out on things he misses.
I said us.
Yeah, and I'm amending that. Seems reasonable to me.
I mean, fair enough.
What is that item?
I don't know. We'll get it afterwards. Shit. If I remember correctly, this dude's, like, main weak point is his tiny little head. But that's a pain. So, actually, I can after. Thought he was gonna do his slam.
Nope.
No, he's gonna one-shot me with his tail. Shit, not dead.
Who?
And your stupid little head is right here.
Doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot.
Yeah, for some reason I remembered that doing more damage. Well,
now you're dead.
I kind of forgot to use my shield in that fight. That might have helped a little. But we got like halfway.
Okay, I don't know what causes him to move. But eventually he moves to, like, Fire Link.
Is he one of those dudes who maybe after you buy stuff from them, they move?
Maybe. You could look into that more.
I could. Except I turned my phone off because it had 4% battery.
Oh yeah, you have an iPhone.
I do.
I'm sorry.
I like it. I have apps again. It's nice.
How is that?
I had a Windows phone.
Oh. Yeah, I'll say you made a step up.
I had an Android for a little bit. I never found them quite as clean as to use as the iPhone.
But iPhone, like, locks you out of everything.
Yeah, but I don't tend to want to mess around with that stuff anyway.
When
I can see how if I did, I'd probably prefer
When my battery starts going from 100 to 0, I like to have some recourse to fix it.
Yeah, the recourse.
And usually that requires some more access.
No, if you have an iPhone, the recourse is you take it to the Apple Store and they're just like, here's a new one, fuck it, we don't repair things.
Yeah, until your warranty goes away. Then it's, here's a new one, give us money. How do I... that button. Can you even lock onto it?
You can lock onto, yeah, any
Okay.
enemy.
Just you spend most of your fight far enough away. You should drink, because I reclaimed your souls.
Also, I think I was misremembering my sweet spot. I believe it might be right between the back leg and the tail.
Yeah, which
Because
I
then you
think-
can still hit the base of the tail. Oh my.
Ooh, that was all of our stamina and more.
Well, don't get hit.
Yeah, I will have to
Oh my.
work on the age-old tradition of get go. Oh.
You're like not in the greatest place.
Alright, alright. Yeah, I tend to use some mixture of locked on and not.
The heavy attack only does 20 extra damage for what seems like a much longer attack.
Yeah. Oh, what does that mean? I forget.
He jumps up and falls.
In the same spot? No, not always, I don't think.
That what? It can attack you?
No, that it can one-shot my stamina bar and a quarter of my health.
It's pretty good at that. Hey, do you know I just remembered we have Soul Arrow? Wait, didn't we realize that Soul Arrow is like really ineffective on him?
Probably. I don't know. That seems like something you would try.
Do you
Seems
just
like-
not use Soul Arrow?
No, that just seems like something I'd forget to
I
do.
mean, I'm not using the shield anyways, so I mean, I should keep it up for here, I guess? But what do I have to fight besides this dude and a rat?
And even the rat is questionable.
The rat I might want to use a shield on.
No, like, in terms of having to fight it.
Do we want to fight this dude at some point?
Well, you just did.
What, do you just want to come back here?
No, I think you won't do
There
that.
is a way to cheese this dude pretty hard. You can get on a ledge above him and just shoot down. I remember that's how I beat him the first time.
I want to say that's how I beat him as well.
That said, I don't think he drops anything particularly great.
That would be a pillar.
Yeah, I noticed. Hey, rat friends. They're not my friends. I actually dislike you greatly. So, Galen, played any games recently that aren't Dark Souls? What are you doing, asshole?
Path of Exile,
I forgot this controller blinks when it vibrates, and it's the worst thing ever.
which has just had an expansion come out.
Yes,
About a month ago.
which we were going to publish a review on, but didn't. But instead, would you like to discuss what you think about it here?
I like that game a lot. End discussion.
Do you like
I'm just-
do you like the new expansion a lot?
Yes.
So,
I
I mean,
find
first,
it...
do you want to give a quick rundown of what Path is? Also, drink. Just in case there's someone out there who doesn't know.
Path is a game, is a action RPG in the same vein.
You're not allowed to literally quote the review. It's Diablo 2. That's the quickest way to put it.
In this, that's a vast understatement of what Path is.
It is, but it's a good way to paint a more or less accurate picture.
That's why
very
I was
quickly.
going to say it is in the same vein as Diablo 2, without saying it is Diablo 2.
It is.
Because it is not.
It is very heavily based on Diablo 2, which I think is a fair thing to say.
Graphically, yes.
Also, because remember, until
Mechanically,
very
it's an
recently,
action RPG.
Except until very recently, Diablo pretty much was that kind of action RPG.
No.
Like, yeah.
It uses a very different system and very different mechanics than Diablo.
Okay, the presentation, it's an isometric top-down RPG in which you are collecting loot.
Yes.
Yes.
That is where the similarities end.
Those are okay, the abilities are also incredibly similar. Or the way you use them, you put them on a taskbar, you click the number, you cast the ability.
That's true of every MMO and many other games.
Except, once again, Diablo 2 pretty much was that genre. Like, that's where that genre comes from, is Diablo 1 and 2.
Hey, Zach, what are genres?
Lies.
Drink.
Oh my god, you got me to use my stupid fucking catchphrase. Okay, so this is a rule that I don't think is even in the chat.
No, it is in the chat. I put it there.
This has never come up before. Yeah, you drink if you use a catchphrase. I still think this is unfair because you don't have a catchphrase. None of us have catchphrases because we're not
Zach,
cartoon
it's Dark
characters.
Souls
But
Prepare to Drink edition. It's not meant to be fair.
I'm just saying, I think we should... I mean, I was going to say I think we should figure out something for you, but it doesn't really work like that. Because there's just not things you say, like, repeatedly. Shit.
I'm gonna go with it was your fault for saying that.
I had my shield up for that, too, but I think I might have been facing away.
Probably.
Alright, 2 drinks.
Yep.
I still think it's fair to say that Path of Exile resembles in large ways Diablo 2, just like it's fair to say that...
I would say that, but the part I disagree with is where you said it is Diablo 2. Because it feels very different when you play it.
Sure. But once again, I think if you want to paint the most accurate picture as quickly as possible, Diablo 2 is a very good touchstone.
Well, how'd that work out? Because now we've spent 15 minutes arguing about this.
Yeah, but I still think it's a valid comparison. Just like if I was describing, what were those other games? You got the pets and stuff?
What?
They were also...
Torchlight?
Yeah, like... If someone was like, what's Torchlight? I'd be like, it's Diablo 2.
And I wouldn't. I think it's a fair comparison. I think saying one is the other.
No, that it's
vastly oversimplifies
it. It is, well, yeah, I already said it's an oversimplified statement. I didn't mean for it to not be.
I don't like that phrasing for it.
It is an incredibly hyperbolic, oversimplified
I would
statement.
say, in the same vein as, is a much more accurate statement, which is something you seek in your linguistics, so...
Yeah, but I was being hyperbolic.
Stab. Anyway.
I don't know, resembles might actually be too
Drink.
broad. I'd say, like, Borderlands resembles Diablo.
I think Borderlands shares some similarities with Diablo. I'm not sure you can block that attack with your shield.
I don't think so.
That's...
So new strategy, let's just not get hit by that. It seems to suck.
Let's not get hit at all.
Did you hear Miyazaki's statements when someone told him that they beat Dark Souls without taking damage, and he's like, I don't believe them?
I don't know, I was just watching a video of some dude fighting the Four Kings as the deprived with only the club and plank shield.
No, people have beaten this game every dumb way. Also,
Yeah.
that tail sucks. We really need to take it off. Does it do less damage when you're closer?
Oh my god. Would you knock it off?
Don't think it's going to.
It could at least do a different obnoxious attack.
Now it's going to do its folly thing. Right on you.
Yeah, that's...
Also, I need to catch up on drinks.
Do you?
I'd only taken the one.
Ah. Should
I
we
had
be getting to you?
No. I had a total of 3 banked for, what was it? Catchphrase, dying, and you getting my souls. I want to beat this dude tonight. I want to beat this dude tonight like real bad. I think we can do it.
I'm at like almost half Estus.
We just need to take care of that tail, and then we're like golden. get stepped on. Nice.
You say that as if that were skill and not ow. My dad? Yes, I'm fading. There's always that time.
You're like,
It happened earlier.
Quite sure. Man, you guzzled that.
Counting that as my one for when you pick up my souls.
You didn't have to finish your drink. Wasn't that, like, mostly full?
No.
Okay.
It's like a third full.
Fuck you.
Also, you did not try Soul Arrow.
No, I didn't. Screw you, rat.
And that's when you find out his tail does damage.
Let that recharge.
But yeah, so the main draw of Path, to me, is it's a very challenging action RPG. But it's also very approachable.
Is it like other action RPGs where it may start very challenging, but once you like reach like
The
endgame
reverse.
gear and stuff?
The exact opposite.
But they usually get hard, and then you get everything you need, and you're like, lol, I just destroy
No.
everything.
Not in Path.
Okay.
At least not for me. Path, I've never made it through the second playthrough. So, the way Path works is there's 3 difficulties that you play through sequentially.
Sure.
There's normal, cruel, merciless. I've made it through to the end boss of cruel, which is the second playthrough,
Mm-hmm.
and then my build has fallen off, and I've had to start over with
Now,
a
when
new
you
build.
say fallen off, what do you mean?
So, in the second playthrough, if you die, you lose experience.
Okay. Can you de-level?
No. But I generally consider a build to have fallen off when I'm losing more experience than I'm gaining.
Okay. You wouldn't just try and stick through and kind of tweak the build into something workable?
That's not hugely... like, you can do that through gear, but a lot of your build comes from your passive skill points that you get at every level. And you get to put them on this giant network of skills, and you just got crippled.
Yeah.
There's a giant network, I think it's like 4,000 skill nodes. A lot of them aren't, they're not all unique, obviously, but...
So, it is possible to build yourself into a build that just doesn't work?
Yes. There's no way to build yourself... I don't think there's a way to build yourself into a build that cannot beat the first difficulty.
But you
No.
can build yourself into a shitty build.
Yes.
Thank you for telling me this so I can never, ever play this game.
The thing is, like... What was that? Oh, climb.
Pizza box.
No, it was telling me climb. The thing is that the first playthrough is still a lot of content. You're not really missing out on anything except the, like, really end game by having a build fall off in the
Which
second
is
playthrough.
usually the most enjoyable parts of those kinds of games.
I mean, it's different in Path. Like, Path, I feel like a lot of the game is in its first 4 acts and Labyrinth, which is a new addition.
So is the, like, endgame loot not compelling?
I mean, it's good. It's just I've stopped playing and felt satisfied with the game after a playthrough of normal. I would like to make it to the end game stuff because I think it would be nice to have overcome that challenge. But that's more of the drive for me than new loot and stuff like that.
I don't know if that kind of game would work for me if I don't want the loot. Like, that's the fun of those games, is the loot pinata aspect.
I mean, you can theoretically get all the same loot in the earlier areas, or all the same currency at the very least, which is another thing that game does weird. There's no gold.
Mm-hmm.
You get various orbs and things that you can use on your items to change them,
Sure.
and those are your currency, and they have weird exchange rates, and it's kind of cool. Actually, their April Fool's was to announce advanced trade systems, like stock market charts, and they've added a news
Zach.
ticker. Yes. They added a news ticker with all of the prices of various currency going up and down. So it's got a very flexible trade market,
Okay.
which is one of the parts I really like about it. Like, it feels very different. And then the other thing I really like is that a large portion of building your your actives is right. I finished that.
Luckily, this dude has a really short run back.
Part of how you build your actives is there's gem slots in items, and that's the only way you get actives is gems in your items. Normally, those are the passives, and the actives are in the skill tree. It
Yes,
swaps
this is
that.
the opposite.
Your gem slots can be linked to one another.
Although I don't know if it's fair to say, I'd say usually just both are in the skill tree. I can think
Yeah.
of very few games of this
So
type where there are not passives in the skill
But there's
tree.
usually also gems that give you passives.
Yes, gems are your. Okay, if I was going to broadly categorize, I'd say that the passives, well, most games of this type have like classes, and the passives are usually specific to your class, and the gems are, like general plus stat things. I'd say would be
Okay.
the general rule, right?
I don't know.
Like if we're looking at things like
My examples for this.
Fate or Diablo or WoW or what was the Greek one called that wasn't shitty? There was it was like mid 2000s. I can't remember what it's called. I remember a lot of people talking about it as kind of like, hey, the first game of this type since Diablo 2 that might be as good as Diablo 2. It's not, but it is good.
Greek. Diablo.
Holy shit.
Clone.
Ooh. That tail is the worst. Don't you dare hit me again.
Titan Quest?
That's the one.
Okay.
Not 3 times.
Knock 3 times?
Yes. Well,
I forgot it could do that.
that just, didn't go great. Did I get the souls?
Nope.
I can't remember.
There they
Nope,
are.
they're right there. Yeah, I, didn't remember it had that move.
But yeah, so your gem slots can be linked, and you'll put an ability into it, and then you can attach what are called support gems, which will modify the active ability. So there's ones like, oh, your ability now gives you health on hit. There's ones for there's a very popular gem called Melee Splash. As these games usually go, there are large hordes of enemies.
Let
and
me
it makes
guess. AoE melee attacks.
for that skill only.
Okay.
So right now I'm running a gem called Glacial Hammer, and rather than just hitting the one enemy in front of me and getting life from hitting that, which is one of the support gems I have, I also have the Melee Splash, so I hit everything and get life for each thing I hit.
Gotcha. Okay, so, getting back to what started this, there was an expansion.
Yes,
What the hell's in the expansion, Galen?
a lot. So as always, there's new items, there's new skill gems, and there's new divination cards. If you know what that is, that's relevant.
Not a
to
clue.
you.
What is that?
There are cards you can get that'll, if you get enough of them, they'll give you items.
So here's
They're effectively parts of items.
so here's a question I'd ask,
They're weird.
because it seems like it would be relevant given this game. Can you respec?
A little.
Why isn't there just a respec button?
So throughout the game, you get certain side quests will give you respec points, which lets you reallocate 2 points per quest of that type. Then there's one of the currency items additionally gives you respec points.
Okay, so here's a question I'm going to ask. Is there a reason this game wouldn't be as good or better if I could just go to someone, pay a price, and respec?
I don't know. I think that's...
Because it
I
seems
think
like a
that's
lot of the fun of
fair,
this game would be...
But I feel like that's shared by a lot of games.
No, I feel like it's pretty common these days to just let you respec.
Out of curiosity, I haven't played much Diablo 2. Did that have that?
Yes.
Okay. The one I played the most of... thought he was gonna, like, grab at me, and I thought I was out of the way of it.
At least I believe it did. I believe you can pay someone to respec in Diablo 2.
Okay.
Diablo 3 is my favorite system, which is you can change anything at any time.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that on most levels, honestly, but...
Yeah, because it seems like a lot of the fun in this game would be experimenting with different builds. But it seems shitty that you could, like, get seriously...
So, here's the thing, is you can't... Well, you have limited respec on your passive tree. You have unlimited respec on your gems.
Yes, but isn't that passive tree, like, a big part of the game?
I would say it's maybe...
Also,
20 to 40% of your build, depending on how far in the game you are. Starting at 40... Not starting at 40, it sort of starts around 20, increases, and then goes back down, I think. I'm not sure, though, because I don't, like, crunch the numbers on this game or anything
okay,
like that.
so that would bring me to another question, which is, like, the game seems to put a lot of emphasis on that tree and its kind of interwoven complexity. Is it maybe disappointing that it doesn't have more of an impact?
So, where it does have a lot of impact is there's certain nodes called keystones. And keystones do weird shit. Like, there's one that makes it so some of your, like, half your physical damage is now fire damage, and some you gain additional fire damage, but you only deal fire damage.
Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Galen, do you remember how I cast?
The same way you attack, probably? How would you attack with your left weapon?
This.
Well, it's not negligible damage. It's
Yeah,
not great.
It's not the worst, but we have 30 of them, so might as well use them, right?
Yeah.
And at least this way I can stay out of range of some of its charges and shit.
So, the thing about the keystones, though, is any of those can be viable with the right actives and things like that. I guess my answer would be it's complicated.
Okay. Holy shit. God damn it.
Am I drinking?
You wanted to drink? I didn't even see it coming this time. I was just grabbed.
But overall, I think the expansion, like I said, adds the divination cards, the items, etc. Those always come with new major patches.
Sure.
That's standard. The big thing that this patch adds is
Have they done these size patches before, by the way?
they have done one other of this scale. So the game was originally 3 acts. That patch added an act 4.
Okay.
But
Is that act, like, significantly different from the other 3 in any way, or is it, you know, new area, new enemies, that good stuff?
new area, new enemies.
And that was the previous big patch, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It added a couple bosses that used some more like
I'm cheating a
bullet
bit.
heli mechanics, I guess, almost. Like, one of them has a giant laser, and you have to run around and dodge the laser.
Oh, hey, there was one of those in Reaper of Souls. It was awful.
It's especially awful, because if you die, the system for coming back to the fight is usually your friends drop a portal for you.
Mm-hmm.
You come through the portal and immediately die to the laser, because it's a loading screen and you can't time when you come back.
Great.
So that was not great.
Just have to kind of guess.
Yeah, you're like, hopefully I don't just die again.
But I might.
Yeah.
Galen, did I get the souls last time? I did, right?
I drank, yeah.
Okay. Like I will do now. So what is... Holy shit. So what's new in this one?
So this one is called Path of Exile Ascendance, which...
Before we go any further, I don't know if we mentioned this before, but this game, all its patches, quote, expansions, are available for free, by the way.
Yes, that is an important point of this game.
Go check your Steam libraries right now, it's there. Well, it's not,
You might have
but
to click play now. But...
Yes, you have to look up the store page and say play now, but it'll say it's in your library.
Which is good that you have to do that, because I don't want a million of the terrible free-to-play
Yes,
games
that
on
would
Steam.
be frustrating. I have a hard enough time navigating my library as is.
Yeah. And there are a lot of free games on Steam. Anyway, so
Hey,
it's...
Galen, find out exactly how many free games are on Steam.
I don't know if that's a thing I can do.
Totally. Open up Steam and just go to free, and it'll give you a count.
Alright,
What'll
get ready
give you
for
a-
some clickiness, and also I'm going to get really loud for a moment.
Lean right into that microphone. Actually, the keyboard's behind the microphone, so I don't know if it'll pick up.
That's true. How was I doing?
We got a new microphone, guys. It's a... I don't remember what it's called. It's a something blue.
Snowball.
Blue Snowball.
How do I do this, Zach?
Thanks, Patrick
Free
Klepper,
to
for
play.
suggesting this. That's funny. You're never going to see this, but, is this all free games?
I mean, it's the free-to-play games section.
Okay. Are those new releases or all releases?
Don't think there is an all releases, Zach.
There is definitely a way to sort games on Steam by price.
This is way more work than it's worth. I'm gonna go back to talking about Ascendancy.
Okay.
So, Ascendancy adds Ascendancy classes.
Souls.
Ascendancy classes are interesting. So, they're additional. It's an additional set of skill trees.
What is the weak point
For
on his tail,
each-
by the way? Does he have one?
Just usually aim for like the base of his tail, basically.
For some reason, I thought there was a spot that did more damage, but I could also just be hallucinating.
And getting stepped on.
Not getting stepped on, you mean?
You got stepped on
The
once.
opposite.
You got stepped on once.
And then he tried to grab me. But thankfully did not.
It's going again.
Dude, just let me stab you. This is not
You
hard.
tried the charge. Let's try. Ooh.
Well, your turn. This is not going great, Galen. We're
No.
not gonna beat this guy tonight.
We might. All it takes is one.
The best run we've had so far was our very first one.
Was it?
Yeah,
How far did we get?
half.
Ooh.
I have no idea what's changed since.
We played Nuclear Throne as a drinking game.
No. By our first run, sorry, I should have clarified. Our first run tonight.
Oh. Did you get him to half?
Yeah.
Then
And I
I'm
was
gonna
like-
say it's the fault of the additional drinks we've been taking.
Yeah, because I remember the first one, I was like, oh, this will be easy. See, we already got half. Can only get better from here. That's very not true. We can get a lot worse.
But yeah, so Ascendancy classes add 3 new skill trees per class. Except for the Scion class, which gets 1 new skill tree that allows them to jump around the passive skill tree. It's weird.
So,
But that allows for some weird builds.
how much
possibly.
do classes matter in this game?
Classes determine your starting point on the passive skill tree.
Is that all?
Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, anyone can do anything. But that can be important because you're closer to, damage nodes for the type of weapon you're trying to use drink.
Sure. Well, Galen, I'm actually going to refute your claim that we are doing worse because we're drinking more. I think we haven't drinking enough. So, for
Bottoms
that
up.
drink, I'm just gonna, just 1 beer.
Alright, you heard it here. Zach's doing a drink per beer. For the rest of the night.
No, not true. But, until I feel like not doing
This
that.
is doing less damage than it did for you. You were getting 75s.
I might have been hitting in a different place.
How?
I don't know. Maybe I was at a different angle or something. You got 100 on that one.
No, it just stacked with the previous one.
Oh.
I'm gonna get this. At least we'll make some progress.
We got some stuff. I think that's one of the starting class sets. I don't know if we've pointed this out before, but as you go through the game, you find the starting class sets for all the classes you aren't.
You did, and I did not know that.
which I have
Oh,
always...
I got a 75.
Nice.
I think it's his head.
That would make sense.
What is happening? Where am I?
Not dead, which is all that matters.
Not walking out. There we go.
So as tedious as it is, it seems like it probably is worth dumping the soul arrows.
Unless it goes that way. But yes. I mean, it's getting us further than we've gotten before.
Not quite further than we've gotten before, but certainly farther
Further
than
than we've
usually
gotten
get.
in the last several tries.
That's true. Also, we still never covered the shit about Ascendancy. Tell me about the maze, Galen. That's what I wanted to get at. Tell me about
Fucking,
the...
hold on. I'm
Well, yeah, fight
trying
this
to...
dragon.
Yeah. I'll do that while you fight the dragon.
He got angry. He's throwing a tantrum. At least it hasn't
Yeah,
done-
he's really, like, straight up tantrum mode.
At least he hasn't done the poison puke thing yet.
Is it poison?
Yeah,
And I really don't remember this
pukes
boss.
out like...
Probably because it's not actually that hard of a boss,
It's
as
really
I recall.
not.
Like, harder than the Moonlight Butterfly, certainly.
Also, I fought this dude a lot because it was one of my favorite places to, like, put down a summon sign and help people farm. Because it is such a short run to the boss.
Mm-hmm. I was hoping that would get my foot. Well, I'll just pew-pew him some more.
I wonder if we could pew-pew off his tail if we got the aim. That could be
Questionable.
useful. Well, out of soul arrows.
Only have one attunement.
We do have heavy soul arrows, don't we?
Yeah.
Should we maybe attune those?
Yeah, probably, but that requires you to sit at a bonfire.
I mean, yes, but it'd probably be worth it. You might as well put your shield back, by the way.
I mean, I guess.
It works on some of his attacks.
Yeah. I never know
Well,
where he's gonna
You
land.
didn't. It's not great. I kind of wish there was a more clear, like, shadow or something.
I wish you could lock on to parts of enemies.
That would be, like, so useful.
Yeah, 'cause instead I'm left to
Yeah,
miss a
Now
lot.
he's doing his poison puke.
Is that like a problematic? What? Oh, that was the tail. It was
Yes. Which he's doing again.
like, fine.
And again.
How did that miss? I really... Unfortunately, that is not in the game's criteria for whether an attack hits.
Nope. It
Can
might
I just, like, hide back here?
Probably not. Puke time.
Yeah, that'd do it. That weirdly didn't poison me?
I don't think it's actually poison.
Okay. That was just what you called it.
I mean, I thought it was poison, but it seems like it isn't. Well, he's just kind of chilling, so...
That's the first damage I've gotten in quite a while.
Hey, you're at half. Like, kind of. You have, like, another bar, I think.
Count them.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's really hard to tell on the ones that are blank.
Take the hit.
It doesn't do that much.
Yeah. Ooh.
I mean, that was, like, not great, but it could have been worse.
Yeah, he didn't pick me up.
Also, that didn't just one... Okay. Whatever you want, buddy.
Say hello to the wall.
You do you.
Except not for very much longer if I have my way.
Yeah, you're doing real good. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Should not have said that. Should not have said that.
is that from?
Harry Potter.
Yes, it is. Oh, Hagrid. I've been... Yeah. I was going to say rereading, but re-listening is more accurate to those books. Man, I like that series a lot.
It's really good.
It's super good.
I've been doing Harry Potter trivia on Quiz Up.
The thing is, like, I think I would be okay at that, but I know there's going to be, like,
So-
thousands of people who are way better.
So the category I'm doing is a little bit more specific, so hopefully there's less people. It's Harry Potter spells.
Oh, I can definitely do that. They're all shitty Latin.
Yeah, right?
Actually, I want to do a shout out to J.K. Rowling here, because there is one spell in that series that is actually like a properly conjugated Latin sentence, and it is Expecto Patronum, which is the properly conjugated version of I await my guardian.
That's awesome. Is Patronus Guardian then?
Yes.
That would be the noun version. Or
I mean,
that would be that
nominative version.
Yeah. I don't know grammar, like names for grammar things.
Patronus, Patronum, Patrono, Patronum, Patrono is the singular, and then Patroni, Patronorum, Patronius,
Did we keep Norum
Patronus,
anywhere in...
Patronius.
Does the English language ever use Norum?
Norum?
Because that was one of the suffixes you used. Or Orum.
Oh, yeah, no, that's the, that is the genitive plural second declension masculine.
Is that a thing we ever, we use that root ever?
We might. I can't
I've
think
never
of
heard of-
specific examples. What time is it, Galen?
Time for me to finish my drink.
No, I mean, how long have we been recording?
Oh. 45.
Okay, we're gonna take a break here and be back.
Are we?
Yes, we need one. I need one.
Stay tuned to actually find out what ascendancy is.
Bye, guys.